Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy favorite time of the week for me and Prof. It is our day of rest, our real day of rest by every sense of the imagination, and it's wonderful. And it's one of my favorite times to be streaming, talking with you, and we've got stuff to talk about. It is music based, it is music related, but I really would just say that this can apply to every single artist out there wanting to distribute their art on different platforms, whatever the art medium is. So this is music related, but just this is one of those artists beware. So let's see, we got that banner up. That was Sunny Reverie, my fourth track of my four-track EP Winsome. And I tell you, Sunny Reverie and my track Stride, which is track 2 on the EP, sounds so good on quality car speakers. Even when you're driving, it's just it's great. It's great. Let me hide that, and then I did a little. I'm doing a little bit of a promo for just a couple days. I'll get to the video in a second, but let's see. Where's my promo? You can see join my mailing list by Tuesday to get my EP Winsome for free. I really would like to. I need to get on building my mailing list. I passed 50 members, which is great. I love that there are 50 people in my email. It'd be an awesome thing for to get 100 people. So every once in a while, I might let people know, hey, you can get this track or you can get this album for free. Not all the time, but every once in a while. Let's go ahead and share that, and we should be good to go. So hopefully the audio sounds good. Um, it's a it's kind of a muggy day outside, but it was gray mostly, and it was kind of quite windy. So it was pretty cool. It was a nice spring day. It felt like authentically spring and not July, which was great. So let's go ahead and get into the chat. Just one real quick promo. If you want to get to my mailing list, it's the first page. Oh wait, let me share that real quick. Of course, I'm gonna promote myself. Not that one yet. Not that one. Soundofgraver.com. It's the first page on my very, very simple website. Not much except for a blue background and my wonderful album cover art, which I made by myself. I love this Winsome one. I love that kind of pinkish red. It's so elegant and feminine, and it's the audible or it's the visual complement to my Audible EP experience. So mailing list is just right there, first page. If you want to join, that would be wonderful, and you got that $4 EP for free. So there is that. I'll just leave it up just in case because I think it's important. Yeah, and I got. If you're wondering, I have this glove. This is actually Professor Geek's glove. He's helping me with I got to have the left hand one because I really had I took a fall yesterday, like a 78-year-old fall at my 38-year-old self. Wasn't paying attention. I was daydreaming. I was walking on the sidewalk, and there's this corner where the two slabs of sidewalk meet, and I just didn't lift my foot high enough apparently, and I took a tumble for the worst. But I really only scarred my hand, so there's a gash right here, and so I've been keeping it with bandaged up and with a breathable compression glove. So if that's why I have it on. I might have to wear it for my violin playing or my teaching tomorrow, but we'll see. So there's that, and let's welcome the chat. Let's see who's in. Big Al is first. Oh, my wonderful friend and mod, thank you for wishing me a great stream. My wonderful husband, channel member and mod, bring in the heat, or bring the heat. Yeah. Adega Outlaw, also channel member. You can't stay. Well, I appreciate you for saying hi, and hopefully you are doing well with your own science fiction publications and dark fantasy publications. I hope that's going well for you. Amy L, good to see you as always. And Crystal Ashes, wonderful always to see you, channel member. You say, Amy L, listening on my computer this time, and you're at looks like you're correcting yourself, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Cool. Yeah, 7 o'clock. Oh no, 7 o'clock would be actually more impressive. But no, that's good. Okay, so audio is good. As always, my wonderful husband says looking clear and beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, very, very good. Wait, what am I saying? Too little sleep. 8 o'clock. Oh, 8 o'clock. Well, that's still impressive. Yeah, I'm looking at my gain. I added on the Scarlett interface, there's this option called Air that catches the higher frequencies like 15K and above. I don't know if that makes a difference on StreamYard, but hopefully, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Crystal Ashes says, if anything comes out of this story I'm working on, then I plan on self-publishing. Very good. I do not trust distributors these days. Distributors these days. Yeah, we're going to talk about music-related distributors that are really uh, taking advantage. I mean, there's more than three business practices I can go into, but I'm just going to focus on three problems, and maybe you'll expand from each of these three problems. So who knows? What you may see is a very angry sound engraver, because I don't like artists and musicians being taken advantage of, especially if the artist is paying for a service, a monthly service or a yearly service, just to be damaged by some of these really bad business practices. And even if they get better, I'll say this before I forget, even if these practices, even if these distributors and music streaming platforms like Spotify, even if they clean up their act, it for some of these problems, it took a major YouTube music lawyer channel to bring it to their attention, as if they fixed it after she brought up the problems, like the legal and ethical problems. I'm thinking of Top Music Attorney. She's a channel that I listen to a little bit, especially if there's like some distributor scandal or whatever. And she'll talk about the industry and stuff. And she's a music lawyer. And then they'll fix their ethical, questionable problems after she speaks to them as a lawyer and a pretty prominent YouTuber at that. It's like, why did you fix these? Like, these should have been like the basic, the foundation of your service. Not. Oh, sorry, you're right. That might be a problem. We'll fix it. So we'll get into that because it's just horrible. It's just horrible. So let's continue on down the chat. Thank you, Ace, for coming late to the party again. You're just here. You just arrived. Well, we're only about 14 minutes in, give or take the music intro. Thank you, Crystal Ashes. You say I really like that cover art. The tracks are amazing too. Thank you. I'm super proud of that EP. I worked dozens of hours on that EP, but it was worth every hour. It was worth all the little details. I hope to release a single track this month with violin in it. It's violin editing is so boring. I don't like doing it. I like recording violin, but to edit it, to mix it is just it's not fun. It's my least favorite thing to do, but I have that coming in the queue. I'd like to release it this month. I'd like to release at least 5 things this year, today. 5 things, whether those are single tracks, maybe a few single tracks, and then one other EP, maybe a physical CD, maybe a song. So at least 5. So we'll get that taken care of soon. And I like the mix that I'm hearing so far, but man, I hope I bring it to that standard of my EP, Winsome. No, injury's not serious. It's just a really, really, really bad scratch. That's it. Although I'm very sore here because, when you're a kid and you fall and you skin your knees and you catch yourself on the concrete, I fell on concrete. Actually, I fell in the dirt and then my hands fell on the concrete. The impact from here down is like, oh man, this is really sore. So I'm getting old. Ace says, release your anger. Yeah, I'm gonna be pretty mad. Well, I can't guarantee if I'll be mad, but my husband says, no, I told him, I said right before the stream, I said, I hope I'm as angry on the stream as I was earlier today, just thinking about these things. He's like, you'll get yourself worked up. I'm like, yeah, that's probably true. So, get your snacks and drinks, Angry SC, right, incoming, you say. Yeah, when it has to do with music, yeah. So, let's I think we'll get into that right now. I'm gonna just grab a swig of water real quick. I'm not going anywhere, I'm just reaching for my water. And so again, as as I said before, this is music related. These are specifically music streaming and music distributors that I'm talking about. But just kind of beware, like it's always good just to have a website, even if you're, I'm forking over about $20 a month. That's kind of pricey, and I'm not making the money enough money to make it worth it. Someday I will, but I'm paying for this service, this website service that is really robust, really comprehensive. It's very good to sell as many tracks, as many albums as you want. You can sell merchandise, you can sell sheet music, you can sell videos. You can sell a lot for $20 a month. I'm not there where I'm making the 20 back, but just to have it there, it's really good. So what am I saying is I've got YouTube and I've got my website, soundofgraver.com. I really don't need anything more than that. I don't need music streaming. In fact, until all these distributors and all these music streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple, until they get their act together, I'm not bothering with them, because the artists are, for a number of reasons, have been put at a very horrible disadvantage. So we're going to talk about three things, and if more things come up, then they will, but the three major problems, two of which are older problems. They've been problems for as close to 1 or 2 years, depending. But the third problem is really relatively new, like 2 weeks to a month old, and I think it's a scandal. It's a total scandal. So let's talk about first you know, first I should introduce, okay, what is a music distributor? Now, a music distributor, if you're ever thinking about writing music or writing songs or selling albums or selling tracks or getting your music onto the streaming platforms, you can't go directly to someone like or something like Spotify or Apple Music. You have to go to a service that is a music distributor, and for a monthly or yearly fee, you can upload your tracks, and those tracks will be presented to you by all the major streaming platforms: YouTube Music, Apple, Spotify, um, Pandora. I don't even keep track of which platforms are streaming these days. But you can't go directly. Like, let's say you just want exclusively Spotify. Well, it doesn't do you any good, because you can't go to Spotify, to the company, and say, hey, upload my music for this price. You go through a platform, which you might as well say, well, if I'm paying X amount of dollars for this platform and they give me the option of distributing my music on 15 platforms, then I'll take all 15 for more exposure. And that is a distributor. I was on a distributor for some time. I was on DistroKid for maybe 3 years. And I actually, in fairness, I did get a good deal, because I had it for free if I did promo videos. And then I would actually take a little bit of a, like I think they would offer me like $100 or $200 per video. As it stands, and this is at least a year after the fact. I got off DistroKid and I have unlisted my videos. Now, people might say, hey, that's unethical. They paid you $100, they paid you $200 to do this promo video. And I'm like, yeah, I am putting myself in a little bit of a moral quandary, but they are doing dastardly unethical things, and I can't give them my good word on them anymore. I can't, like, I left them as an artist, and I've unlisted my videos. Now, my videos are still available to bring back to the public eye if they get their act together. But until I see nothing but benefits and no damage on the music artists, I have to keep these videos unlisted. Now, one of my most popular videos, and it's an evergreen video, and it's basically the music the music fundamentals, like how to read notes on a clef. There's a little 40-second promo of DistroKid. I didn't take that off. That's part of the video, and they're getting their money's worth because that is an evergreen video, and they're getting thousands of views. They're getting recognized. And a couple years ago when I made that video, I was all about DistroKid. So it is about protecting the artist. I'll give my good word on DistroKid as soon as I see ethical practices. But right now we're seeing very, very bad practices. And in my defense, I made those promo videos not knowing what they were doing, not knowing the bad practices they currently have. And maybe at the time I did the promo videos, maybe they were a good company. Maybe they did things fairly and didn't put artists at a disadvantage. But now things are happening where I'm like, okay, these promo videos are going to they're going to remain under the unlisted category because I cannot give them my good word until I see they change, they get their act together. That's what I meant to say. I shouldn't have punched my injured hand. That was kind of hurting. So what are these bad practices? What are these bad business practices? The first is a problem that's been a problem for at least a year based on some comments that I've seen on these different complaining videos. Maybe it is Top Music Attorney and she's not complaining. She's just bringing to the table what's going on with their questionable terms of service, their policies, and all of that. And then some artists, straight up are complaining about companies like DistroKid. And what is that problem? What is this problem that's been going on for about a year, at least? Well, this is the first problem. DistroKid, without notifying the artist, can remove all your music off their platform that you're paying for. You're paying them the service to distribute your music on streaming. Well, they can actually, without any notice, they can take down your music. They can remove your albums and tracks off of their platform if they see suspicious activity, like, for instance, a peak in streams, a peak in views, a peak in listens. So, like, let's say you're an up-and-coming artist, and somehow, maybe with social media or maybe just word of mouth, your music catches fire, and you go from like 10 streams a week to like 10,000 for that month. Now, people have complained that DistroKid will flag your account. They could even delete your account, maybe based on their terms of service. I don't know. And I say DistroKid, I should actually just say music distributors in general. But DistroKid has been the culprit of this. They'll flag your account. They can delete your account, and then you're without access. You're without exposure. Your music suddenly is removed off Spotify or something like that. And the artist won't even know. There have been complaints where all my albums were taken down because, Spotify took a track of mine and put it on like between 10 and 15 of their own official playlists. So if your track has been selected on Spotify to be put on an official, not a bot playlist, not an artificial playlist, but an official Spotify playlist, well, of course, if they're advertising those playlists, you're going to get a peak in streams. But companies like DistroKid recently think that that's suspicious activity. You're paying for streams, for artificial streams. These are bot streams. There's fraud involved. We got to take your music down. We got to take your music off. And then the artist is like, well, what do I do? Also, these companies with their customer service, it's been frequently brought to lawyers' attention, the attention of lawyers, that artists say we can't even contact these people in customer service. Either it's like an AI chat, there's no phone number, there's no real official way of contacting them for these legal problems. Like they have falsely accused. This is all allegations. They're not even investigating. They're not even going to Spotify and saying, "Hey, let's confirm that these views are real. Let's confirm that these streams are real." No, no, this is inorganic. This is artificial. The artist is generating bot accounts or generating artificial streams. So therefore, done, removed. We don't want your music on our platform anymore. Whether it's a track or it could be a track in an album, and then they'll just take the whole album down. So that's been a problem. And the distributor legally, well, there's a twofold problem here, or two-way problem. The distributor legally has no right over your intellectual property. So when they take down your music without protocol and proper investigation, uh, withhold all royalties of your streams. Now, they legally do not have the right to withhold your royalty money. That's your money because it's your intellectual property, and you're paying them a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription to just take your intellectual property by legal means and put them on these music streaming platforms. But DistroKid and other companies have been known by artists, especially independent artists, they've been known to withhold earnings based on allegations that have not been proven. Like that, as soon as someone, so a peak in views, a peak in streams that looks suspicious, or also a claim. So if you have someone reporting you for abuse, I've gotten this with things like Pastebin and other websites. If there's a claim that is reporting abuse or fraud or trademark infringement or copyright infringement, they could just as so much as claim that, and your music will be removed without notification, saying, "Hey, we got this claim. We're gonna look into it." There's no protocol. It's just, oh, claim. Let's remove these tracks, and whatever royalties these tracks have earned, we're keeping it. Keeping it for profit, I don't think that's the case, but it's like this, they've built this inner bank. Like, you're not a bank, you're a distributor. The profit you get is my service fee to you, but any money that I get, that's my money from my intellectual property. That's my music. Those are my streams. Those are real organic streams. So that's been the first problem with the distributors, and also in correlation or in relation to the streaming services like Apple and Spotify. So that's a major problem where there's nothing official. There's no investigation. Like, someone can have a bad day and not like your song, and then just say, just for the, it's in my like desire, because I'm having a bad day, just to whatever, report an abusive thing, like report abuse, or claim this is fraud, or this is my song, this is not even their song, and DistroKid will say, "Oh, okay, let's remove these tracks without notifying the artist." You would think the company would inform the artist, whether a phone call or an email, saying, "Listen, we have this infringement claim, or we've got this report abuse claim. We're looking into it. Please, here's this number. Tell us if you have any information on what's going on." And I'm sure the artist would want to follow through with that and say, "I'm calling you. I'll tell you everything I know. I've acknowledged everything from my end. This is my authentic property. I own this song. I own this track. I've not done anything to my knowledge to uh, infringe on someone else's intellectual rights or artistic rights." The artist is going to follow through. But because these distributors do not even offer that, that is a problem. And there have been, according to top music attorney, I always say that word wrong, top music attorney, there have been, she deals with clients on a daily basis with these problems, these types of problems. So that's the first thing. So take down the music as soon as you get a claim that you don't even look to prove is true, or you see an artificial boost in streams. Even maybe they are completely organic. Maybe that artist is taking off, and it's like how disincentivizing that would be for an upcoming artist saying, well, maybe I don't want success because I'm afraid, like, if I get like 10,000 views in 1 month, they'll flag me and delete my account. It's like that they're punishing success. And it's very unfortunate. So that's the first thing. Uh, what's the second thing? What was I thinking of? Oh, let's see. Yeah, this is the second thing. And this one gets me mad. This is also an older problem. Um, this is not every music distributor, but it could be. And I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Lander, which was a service I did not use. And basically, the problem was that one of these, I'm gonna say Lander, but I don't want to misspeak. But one of these music distributor companies that you pay to get your music distributed, hence the name distributor, they, I think they emailed the artist, but maybe some artists weren't notified. But basically, you upload your music and you have before, if you don't know, because I had my experience with distribution, when you intend to upload an album or a track, there's like a list of things selected. Like, oh, you want your stuff on these number of platforms. You want to be sure you're getting exposed on radio, whatever the case is. Well, recently they added another option, and I think it's deselected. I think you have to select it. Maybe you've been notified as an artist, but you can opt in. This is your great opportunity, your historical opportunity to opt in and give consent to have your music as part of the AI model music learning, music making platform or application. So one of these distributors say, hey, if you opt in, you can help us build our AI model technology with your music. We can use your music to help us get the machine learning different things. And oh, don't you want to be a part of that? Maybe we'll pay you. We might not. But what we won't do is give you royalty for if a third party uses elements of your music and they make a profit. That doesn't belong to you. What our machines learn, what our AI learns based off of your music does not belong to you. Now, I think in fairness, I think you have to actually physically put the check mark in the box before you distribute it. But what if like you have a long day and you're uploading your music? I've been there where you upload your music late at night and you have cauliflower eyes and you're reading the agreement of like, yeah, no one's featured on my tracks. Yeah, this is authentic to me. Yeah, no explicit lyrics. This is just instrumentation. Oh, what's that opt-in for machine learning? Sure, if it gives me more exposure, and then you have no rights to whatever comes out of that machine learning. Now, I knew one of them had that option, and I know maybe DistroKid didn't, but DistroKid actually does do things like AI mastering your tracks. Maybe AI other stuff. I haven't been there. I haven't been on that website in several months now. But all that to say is that these music distributors, they want to invest in AI. And if you're not careful before you upload your music on their service, you have to kind of take a second peek and say, oh, like, do I want my music to train their AI? YouTube, if you guys have a YouTube channel, if you may have seen this, I totally said dismiss, not interested, but YouTube was doing the same thing a couple months back where they were saying, hey, you want to give us your consent for using your videos to train our AI models? I'm like, no, no way. No way. I don't want you guys taking what I'm saying and using the likeness of my voice or the face or the likeness even of my opinions and my sentiment on stuff. It's like, no, that's just I'm just using this as a way to express myself, but there's no way I'm going to let you use my likeness for your AI training. So the same is for these music platforms. You have to be extra careful not to select, or maybe it's already selected. Maybe maybe they don't even tell you to deselect it. I don't know. I don't know the nature of it, but the fact that it's there with one click of a button, you could be relinquishing your intellectual property rights, your music, your artist rights to a third party who can then potentially, depending who they are, they can potentially profit off of your music, or at least make some money without ever worrying about giving you royalty. That's a problem. It's so close. It's like it's a very close shave. It's like at the edge of a knife. You have to be very active, very proactive in what you're reading. And I would say read the fine print every time you upload something or download something. But it's like, just please be careful. Like, if you're fine with giving your your uh your rights to the robot gods, then that's your right to do that. But the fact that it's some I think some people say they've been given the email saying, "Oh, this distributor says, hey, this is what we're doing." And they try to dress it like, "Oh my gosh, this is the opportunity of a lifetime." It's like, not everyone is emotionally or financially invested in AI. It's like, I don't know if you've ever seen AI advertising of any kind, whether it's on a platform like YouTube or even just a commercial, like an AI assisted workspace thing. But like they give you the impression that the enthusiasm of AI or AI assisted anything is universal. They're like, this, everyone wants to do this. And it's like, not everyone wants to do this, especially taking my original tracks and not having any say, any right if my music takes off. Even worse, what if they don't even recognize you as the original artist? So not only are you not getting paid for a machine learned track that is really yours, you might not even be recognized. Maybe a third party is recognized for having composed it or having arranged it or recorded it, whatever the case is. So it's very precarious and it's very unethical. So that's the first thing, or that's the second thing. So I said, as before, removing your music without any notification, without any investigation or protocol. And then also with some distributors, not all of them, giving you the opportunity to opt in for putting your music through AI machine learning. It's like, no, that's at least in my book, that's theft. I don't want my original tracks being learned off of on a machine and then having some third party abuse my artistic rights because they can. So that's the second thing. Let me grab some more water. And I'll say one more thing and then I'll get into the chat. Um, the third thing is recent, and it boils my blood when I think about it. And it doesn't get me so angry because I'm not a part of it. The only way you can find my music is my artist page on YouTube, and maybe YouTube will do this too, so I'm a little wary about that. And then my website. My website is the only thing. I may do Bandcamp again. People are like, but I'm already paying $20 a month for my website. So go to my website, join my mailing list, see my music on my website. That's the way I'm going to do it. What is this third thing that really gets under my skin? Well, at least one, at least one distributor called Two Lost, which is a weird name for a music distributor. I don't even know what Two Lost means. It's not like audio loss or whatever, or artificial or whatever the case is. A transient, I don't know. I don't even know what Two Lost means for the music it's a strange title. I don't think about music when I think about that title. I think of like some romance horror story, and the girl protagonist is lost in the fog or something. Anyway, Two Lost is a relatively new music distributor, um, that actually has probably up to 1 million, at least several hundred thousand users that use their service to distribute their tracks and their albums to all the major streaming platforms. And recently they did a partnership with this application called Hook. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and share what this is, because the more I look at the website, the madder I get. So we'll just go ahead and share that screen and not share audio just in case. So it's like a brightly colored screen, and it's just like, you'll notice all these pictures of these people. Maybe they're not even real. Maybe they're AI assisted. But it's all these young people. Like these music apps are like for only young people who are hip about this and stuff. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be there, and let's talk about what Hook is. Hook, well, as it's advertising for you. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Dang it. Let me try that again. Okay, there we go. It's pink and purple again. So create viral remixes and share them with the world. So what does that mean? Viral remixes. And the operative word here is remix. And I'm just gonna, well, you can go down here and see, oh, how beautiful. I hate how these websites look. I don't know. Choose your moment, browse trending songs, and remix their most popular clips of actual songs produced by actual artists. Transform your sound. AI powered filters and sound effects. So take the track that is uber popular and just put some filters on it. Maybe make it a pop song. Maybe make it an R&B song. Maybe an Argentina song, or you know, put it with a Chinese zither. Like the opportunities are endless, and sound effects. Let's add some reverb. That's kind of stupid. That's really dumb. It's like there's reverb. There's working and mixing and mastering. There's already gonna be stuff like that. Change the speed. Ooh, that's so cool. Mashup magic. AI beat making makes mashups fun and easy. So like, you can take the most popular, profitable songs, and with an AI app, you can remix them, mash them up, and distribute them, showcase them on social media, and guess what even more is horrible is you can make money doing this. As a user from Hook, or a user of Hook using their app, you can actually make money. You can monetize someone else's music that they had produced, that they had recorded, that they had written, and you can make money off of it as a user of this application. So let's read about this, because I'm gonna be mad. Look at these like young hip. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my. Yeah. Oh, I can do Radiohead. I can write music like Radiohead and produce it like Radiohead. So anyway, okay, I guess let's see how far we can get with this. So our values, what makes us unique? This app called Hook. Artists first. Yeah, right. Artists are at the heart of everything we do. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Yeah. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's much better. So artists, oh, that's, sorry. There we go. Oh, you didn't see that. I clicked on another website. My website. Artists first. Artists are at the heart of everything we do. To become the trusted platform for today's and the next generation of music artists. We hold their safety, needs, and interests paramount in everything we do. This is a very sketchy way of phrasing it. It's like, it's artists first, guys. It's like, and their number one thing that they say on the About Us page is to become a trusted platform. Like, why do you have, okay, like, where's the value in trust? It's like, we got to make sure, guys, that you can trust to use us to remix other people's music, because we can probably make this legal and you can monetize legally other people's music. So to become the trusted platform for today's generation of music artists, it's like, no, you're taking from the actual artists. We hold their safety, their needs, and their interests paramount to in everything we do. It's like, what? Break the status quo. First of all, like not everything needs to break the status quo. That's not a thing that you should advertise all the time. It's not necessary, but let's see what they mean by this. We empower creative thinking, new ideas, new opportunities, new solutions. Solutions? Like, it's not a solution to take my track, put an AI assisted lyrics writing on it, put a synthesized voice, and make it country, for instance. It's like, that's not a solution to anything. That's only a problem. And they say, yeah, okay, let me read this again because I'm already mad and interrupting myself. We empower creative thinking, new ideas, new opportunities, new solutions. We don't follow. We don't follow. That's darn right you don't follow. We break the industry status quo to make creative expression equitable and accessible. Now, what does that mean? I hate the word equitable. Again, just like with Suno, just like with Udio, this platform, this app is allowing any Joe Schmo on the block with Wi-Fi and a smartphone to take Beyonce's music, for instance, mix it, remix it, mash it up into something new, like a new genre, add some sound effects, and if it goes viral, that person can make money off of that music. I don't care how much money someone like Beyonce makes. It's her music or whatever rights she has with the industry label that she's on. That's her music. I mean, the whole remixing thing is it's a fundamental legal problem anyway, because there's a famous case where I think Taylor Swift, she either broke away from a music record label she was under, or maybe she was still under the label, but she did not have producer, mixer, mastering rights on a song that she made under the label, and she remixed that song so she could have rights to that specific mix. So if Taylor Swift had to go through that, if she had to re-record and reproduce that song so she had her own mixing and mastering rights to that song, her own song, what gives anyone the entitlement to say, well, that remix of this person's famous song is my property and I can monetize off of it? So that's what equitable means in this case. Anyone can do it. You don't have to be a singer. You don't have to be a songwriter. You don't have to be a music producer. You don't have to know music, anything music. You just push some buttons. Oh, I love how this sounds like a really cool underwater reverb. Oh, look at that. It's viral on TikTok and I'm making money off of it. That's I knew I was going to get mad when I was reading this website. Anyway, let's continue on. Music for everyone. Yeah, music for everyone. The world did not stop anyone with an MP3 player or a Walkman or a CD player or a turntable or buying a ticket to someone's show. The world never stopped anyone from listening to music. Like, not in the 20th century anyway. Not for the last, 150 years. People had ways of finding music. So now these websites and applications are like, guys, now we've unleashed this. Now we have the ability for anyone to make music. To truly unleash the power. Yeah. To truly unleash the power of music creation for everyone, our products and services are available to everyone, regardless of their skill. That's the operative thing to say here. Regardless of their skill, regardless if they can't even make music by themselves, budget or location. I've said this before. If all technology went away, if computers stopped working, well, even if Wi-Fi stopped working and we were relying on radio technology again, I would still be able to, if we had electricity, I'd still be able to make electronic music and find a way to get that on CDs and whatever, or cassette tapes. But Wi-Fi can go down. Even my electronic means, to produce electronic music, all that can go away, and I could still compose for any acoustic instrument. I could compose for a singer. I could compose for any kind of band. With a little bit of practice, I can even compose for the symphony orchestra because I know how to compose music. I know how to compose music. And it's like people are like, "Oh, you don't have to know how to compose music to make music and make money off of that music." And you can have a really small budget and you can still make money off of it. And it doesn't matter your location. We strive for simplicity even when things are complex. We avoid jargon and put the needs of the users first. It's like, yeah. Give trust, earn trust. There's no trust. There's no trust. So trust is our they say trust is our foundation. It's like, yeah, trust. Your foundation is based on you stealing someone's music and intellectual property rights for your users to monetize off of. That's your foundation. It's not trust. Anyway, I think I'm flogging a dead horse at this point. We are open to new ideas. Yeah, how about the ethics of the situation? And encourage others to do their best work. We don't take trust as a given. I love how they say this over and over. Like, they know they're doing something wrong. They know they're doing something wrong because it's all about trust, guys. It's all about trust. We don't take trust as a given. Why do we need to trust you? Because you can take someone's music without their consent and legally produce something new to make money off of it. That's what the trust is. Because it wasn't legal before, I guess. We earn trust by treating others with respect, not the original artists, and always striving to have integrity in everything we do. It's like, why is this the first point of this About Us page? It's like, we have integrity, guys. We really do. It's like, it's admitting that you don't. It's admitting that you're using AI machine learning to get people profiting off of other people's work. That's why they have to be so forward and so repetitive. That's probably why I'm being repetitive. They're being so repetitive about the whole integrity and trust thing. And guys, I know I'm talking about music specifically, but this can't be an exclusively music making experience. I know this is a problem with all forms of art. But I'm just stressing the point with music making here. Be curious, learn fast. In a world that is evolving quickly, we have bias towards action and towards learning quickly. That's grammatically incorrect, I think. I could be wrong, though. We think big. We make informed bets. We launch, learn, iterate. I like how they say iterate. So we can get to the best solution as quickly as possible. I hope I'm not getting the mic hot, but I'm just so mad. We're not afraid of failing because we learn of new possibilities. This is worded weird. They needed an editor. Maybe this page about us is AI made. I wouldn't be surprised. So I think that's all I wanted to help join the team, help us build a platform for the next generation of music artists. No, these are music swindlers, content creators and fans. People, YouTubers and stuff. Yeah, I get it. If they want to do AI music, so that's legal, and they don't want to pay a composer to, compose for their podcast or their YouTube channel, that's one thing. But this is a different animal entirely. This is remixing, and I think I'll stop sharing here. This is remixing someone else's music. So let me use the tangible example. Sunny Reverie, one of those tracks that I'm really proud of. Yes, it took hours of composing, redoing the rhythm, redoing, not the harmony. The harmony was pretty much the same the whole time, but it took many, many hours of getting the structure, getting the instrumentation, getting the rhythmic section, getting the violin recording and the violin effects to sound just right, getting the mixing as clean as possible, getting getting the mastering as pristine as possible. Several dozens of hours went into that track, as well as the other tracks of the EP. Now, let's say someone got a hold of my track. Now, they can't because I don't have my music on this platform. But hypothetically, let's say without my consent, my music is being used for uh, a user. And let's say a user saw the library and my music. Sorry, my hair's feeling sticky. One sec, I gotta comb out my hair real quick. I think it's the weather. It's very pollinated out there, and it feels really dry. Thanks for waiting. Um, but someone gets a hold of my music because it happened by not my consent, because apparently a lot of music is on this catalog for users to use, and maybe they don't even change it. Maybe they don't change it at all, but they add lyrics to it because it's an instrumental. It's got violin and electronics, so you can possibly add lyrics to it in a synthesized voice, or maybe you even sing it yourself, and then you share my music with your lyrics and your sing or your AI assisted singing, and you share it on social media for like a viral video, and people say, "Oh my gosh, that music. Oh my gosh, you made that music because you made the lyrics AI assisted." And they never see me. They never see my name. My name does not come to in the light of day. That's the thing we face these days. I hate that we are in an age where I have to disclose, guys, like every music release until it gets better, and I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel yet. But until AI becomes obsolete, and I hope and pray it does, we're in an age where I have to disclose this is all me. I composed it, I arranged it, I recorded it, I mixed it, I mastered it. If I wrote a song, those are my lyrics. I didn't use AI to write those lyrics. Oh yeah, that's my singing too, because I'm a vocal teacher now, and I'm getting better with my own voice. Yes, that's my own violin playing. Yes, you're hearing that right. That's all done by yours truly. And I have to say, because what if people say, well, no, that's just too good. It can't be done by you. Like, I'm sure AI helped. It's like, no, this is me after 30 years of being in music. Yes, you can get to that level. And no, nothing you hear is AI assisted. Not even the plugins I use in my digital audio workstation is AI assisted. I don't even use AI plugins. Like the EQ you hear, the mixing and the mastering you hear, that's all me. It's all my brain. It's all my ears. It's this beautiful studio that I have. It's not flashy, but it's perfect. It's got the perfect acoustics for my wonderful speakers, my 5-inch speakers on either side. And man, when I mix and master through those speakers, now it takes several hours, like dozens of hours. It takes a long time, but it could get to the point where people are like, that's not your real music. You must have used AI. You must have used someone else's track for your AI. I have to actually disclose, like, no, I did it. I did it. We're in that age now where it's like I have to tell people. I hate that. I hate that I have to tell people that this is authentically me, no AI at all. It's like, well, it's electronic music, it's digital, and AI is digital, so it's the same thing. It's like, it's not the same thing. You're stupid. You're stupid. So this Hook app, this remixing app, like, let's say an artist, unbeknownst to them, has their music on this applications catalog, and someone uses maybe their alternative rock to produce something like a beat, or what was I gonna say? Or some country, some different genre. So there's a problem to that. The first problem is that the user is monetizing off of that new remix. Maybe they have a new, well, they have an arrangement where the user is monetizing off of that remix, but the portion does go to the distributor to send to the original artist. But I'm going to tell you this. That was not the case until top music attorney brought that up. She's got a YouTube channel of over like 100,000 subscribers, and she had to make the call. Her clients were concerned about something, or she found out about this platform partnership, and she got to the CEO of Two Lost, the distributor, and then they reached out. I think they reached out to Hook, but I think she talked to people over on the Hook application. And originally, only the user of that Hook platform, the application, was going to get full monetization of someone else's work. Now they've rearranged it, but the thing is, that was not an option before she brought it to their attention. She's like, I'm a music attorney. I'm a lawyer. And I take issue with the ethics of this situation. And then they changed it. But not until she brought it up to them and made it public through something like YouTube. And so the ethics of it. So going back to like, okay, let's say someone takes your music and they do a remix of something completely different. It doesn't sound like your electronic track, or it doesn't sound like your alternative rock track. It's a different genre, and your music is not credited to you. It's the user who gets the credit. It's the user who gets the monetization. And then what's, I think, even worse, more than the money, not only are you not getting the exposure you're entitled to as the original music maker, what if the remix sucks? What if it's terrible? What if you have this pristine master, the pristine mastering, like my track Stride, for instance, or my track Sunkissed Reverie, or Sunkissed, no, not Sunkissed, sorry, Sunny Reverie. Sunkissed is another album. What if you have the best mastering, like you're so proud, and then the remix that someone else uses is horrible, like it's garbage? Well, not only, okay, maybe you don't get the exposure, maybe that's like the name Sound Engraver is not brought to the attention, but what if someone asks, like, oh, did you get this, or like, did you get it from somewhere else? And maybe they say, oh, I think this artist's name is Sound Engraver, but then they don't go to the original pristine mastering. They think your music is the terrible remix. That's the travesty of the whole thing. It's like, to each his own. I personally don't care about the, yeah, I sort of care about the money, but worse still is if I have a really good sounding track and then it's remixed in the most horrible audible ways. Like the audio is horrible, it's garbage, and then people think that's how I make music. That to me is worse. Like if they catch wind, like, oh, that's from Sound Engraver, and then maybe they relate to their friends, like, this is an AI assisted remix of a track, of a Sound Engraver track or whatever, but they don't see the connection, like, oh, that's not her original track, it's a remix, but they think the remix is her track and it's horrible. That's the conundrum we all face as independent artists. It's like, guys, I hate AI. And I know I'm speaking to the ether right now on YouTube, and maybe the AI overlords will come after me. It is horrible. It is horrible. I just hate it. Nothing I see done with AI is ethical, is good. There's a whole can of worms. There's a whole can of problems that has come now with using AI. I hate it. The idea, now fortunately my music it's on YouTube, but it's not on these platforms with this Hook application. I'm not on some catalog where anyone can read, maybe they could if they are resourceful enough, but I'm not on a major catalog where any paying user can take my track and remix it in this garbage remix. And other people say, oh yeah, that's Sound Engraver's music. It's like, that's not my music. That is the world we're in when it comes to AI. Weren't we supposed to have AI like do the automation job so we can create? Now AI is doing all the creation for us, and it's like this is why I hate it so much. I used to be really neutral. Like 2 years ago, I was like, yeah, AI. I'm not going to swear publicly. Yeah, I'm not going to swear in the silent, in the private of my own home. But man, I just, if there's any time I want to give something the bird, or something a punch in the face, like I just feel like I should just like punch a wall. That's how much I feel about AI because of problems like this. And then the unethical practice of having so this Two Lost distributor had a had at least 300,000 artists on their catalog. Now, my honest to goodness question is, did those artists using that distributor know that their music is going on a catalog for an AI assisted remixing music application? Maybe all 300,000 artists did. Maybe they said, "Yeah, I consent to that. That anyone could take my music and remix it however they want." More exposure for me, even though there's like little to no exposure for that. Sorry, that there's it's not worth it. But let me be fair. Let's say 300, all the 300,000 artists did. But interestingly enough, they weren't going to get monetized until Top Music Attorney brought that up. It's just horrible. It's horrible. Let me get to the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much, Crystal Ashes, for always supporting my channel, and thank you, gifted memberships. I appreciate that. I need to do more members first only streams, but I've been busy. I do have I have a video coming up, music related. Yeah. So anyway, those were the 3 main issues. Yeah, I mean, I think the remixing is the worst case scenario in my book for a number of reasons. It's like you're playing with fire when it comes to copyright infringement. And there was one comment on I'll get to the chat soon. There was one comment on Top Music Attorney, and I think they were right about it. They said along the lines of, copyright infringement laws or copyright laws don't mean anything if they're not enforced. And I think that's the whole problem of this AI leveling the playing field for music creation is nothing's enforced. No one is penalized. And no rightful owner of an intellectual property like an album, they're not monetized. They're not given their due. Not exposure, not royalties. It's so wicked. I'm sure AI can be good for something. I'm just not saying it. And that's yeah. Well, we won't go on that train just yet. Let's talk to you guys. I'm going to talk to you in the chat. Thank you guys so much for listening to me for a whole hour. All right, let's see where we are. Ace, you say stuff I don't know, but I'll read it anyway since you're a channel member. Was distracted listening to Rick Worley's video while driving on the highway. I haven't hit any pedestrians yet, but I have half hour to go. Hopefully I can beat my high score. Cars don't kill people. People kill people. Brian, good to see you. You're late. No worries, but I was late getting home. Yep, you are good. As for music streaming, you say I liked it better when you could just download an album song rather than paying for a subscription. And you can do that with Bandcamp. So I don't have my music on Bandcamp, but I am a Bandcamp user. So I'll buy the digital album. I just recently bought a classic. Well, it's not classic. To me, it's classic because I listened to that album for many years by Azura, Life Squared. I can't write the 2 next to life, but Azura, Life Squared. It's like an old, well, it's not that old. I think it's 10 years old. So it could be, that's comparably older for electronic artists, and it's still good. It has not aged. It's some of the older electronic tracks are really good. But anyway, I will buy digital albums off of Bandcamp, and then I'll have it as a download. Or you can have it as a collection on Bandcamp, but you want them, at least the digital copy to keep. Besides my own services like Zoom, for instance, for my online teaching and my website and Canva, I don't even think I need Canva anymore, but I do keep this subscription just in case I need a professional thumbnail or album cover or whatever. Besides a few things for services, I just don't do the whole subscription thing. You know, something like Logic is a one-time buy, you know? So anyway, let's see. Amy L, you say, what is a peak in streams? That's AI. Just shows AI is only for evil. Well, when I say a peak, I do mean an actual authentic growth of the artist. So distributors are flagging accounts of music makers, you know, artists, saying, "Oh, well, you have what's this growth? This is suspicious." Now, it could be suspicious. People could buy bot accounts or bot streams. That exists, but look into that before you remove the actual track, because I know the artist would want to follow up. I'm like, I thought I saw a wolf spider. I killed like 5 wolf spiders yesterday. I haven't seen any yet, but it's spring, so it's like, ugh. There's probably a wolf spider in my room somewhere right now. Let's see. Crystal Ashes says, so if you're doing well, they'll take down your stuff. Can't have up and coming artists become successful. It seems it's you know, this kind of reminds me, like your point about that reminds me of like, have you ever had a bad insurance experience? Like I had a really bad car insurance experience when I lived in Little Rock. And they would always wish me like happy birthday emails and stuff. Oh, we care about you so much. I'm like, not when I was facing a really bad time. I had 2016 was my summer of adversity. It was horrible. I was rear-ended. I had an emergency room episode. I was broken into twice. 2 expensive computers of mine at different points in the same summer were taken. Fortunately, they were recovered by this great detective in Little Rock, and I never thanked him. I mean, I thanked him on the phone, but I never sent him a card. Maybe he's still there. I don't know. I forgot his name. But anyway, I that was the summer of adversity. And okay, so what do you do when you're rear-ended on the highway? When you've got your expensive stuff under renter's insurance stolen from you, you make a claim, and because of my incidents, I made like up to 3 to 4 claims in one summer. And the insurance, after paying me half, not even half of what I needed to compensate, they paid me like a fraction. It was so horrible. They dropped me without any notice. I think there was one time I was like driving like for a month without insurance, not realizing like I didn't get billed. And then I called like, "Oh, you're off our insurance." I was like, no notification. Horrible. Like I paid for a service and then they drop me. And that's how I feel about the distributors. Like, you're paying for a service, at least follow through with an investigation. Make sure it's legit. But anyone can make your day bad. They can give you a false claim, and a claim is enough to drop your music. And I was like, that's horrible. That's dirty. It's rotten. So like you get punished for being successful effectively. Amy L says, just shows how faceless corporations are completely embracing AI these days. There's a reason why customer service is dropping. Like DistroKid laid off, I think, up to 37 customer service employees. Why? Like, you need customer service. It's weird. That's so strange. Ace says, can't have an up and coming artist that has more control gain a large following. They might be able to become self reliant. Well, I mean, I can see like a company like getting all miffed. Like, okay, let's say you pay a $79 yearly service and then you're making a ton of profit off of your music. Sorry, you're a company that's with that required service. It's totally your right to maybe up the service fee by $10 a year or $10 a month if you think you can keep that profit going for yourself. But artist royalties are their own. Though you're not a bank, you don't have bank privileges to withhold earnings, and this is what these distributors have done, and it's horrible. Whereas Bandzoogle, the website service that I use, as soon as I'm paid for something like a piece of sheet music or an album, I'm paid within the payment process. They go through a payment processor, Stripe. Stripe will give me the notification, and within 3 to 4 business days, I get something as little as like a $2 sheet music. Like, oh, someone paid for your $2 to $3 piano music. You'll get that. Give or take like a 4 or 5% processing fee. You'll get your money in like 3 days or 5 days. But and it doesn't matter how small. That's the other thing too. Is like you needed a minimum, I think, with some of these distributors. It's like YouTube. It's like you can make money off of YouTube. But I average about $100 every 3 months on YouTube, and you don't see any of that $100 until you make it to $100. And maybe that's just the nature of it, but I think, hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna put my hair up because it's just so sticky. It's spring and it's pulling at my shirt. So let me just pull my hair up for a second. I'll continue reading the comments. Let's see. Money, yeah, Ace Moic says money laundering takes many forms. Yeah, how true that is. Crystal Ashes says, why would anyone in their right mind agree to these terms? Yeah. Just 1 second, guys. Yeah, it's horrible. It's and maybe people don't read the terms of service. I do. And yeah, they're long, but they also update their terms of service. So that feels a little better. Yeah. So all right, let's continue on down. Crystal Ashes says, I love it when corporations sneak in these charges without informing their users and automatically have everyone opt in. Looking at you, DeviantArt. Now, I know nothing about the art platforms, but that's actually something I wanted to bring up. And you have to be careful with your art distributors too, because it might be the same thing. And that is when you upload something to distribute socially or online. At least with music, they'll have this checklist of stuff like, oh, do you want this? Do you want, this is what the case is. And I can't remember. I can't speak completely truthfully or to the best of my ability because my memory is fading. But I think when I uploaded an album, I think all these options are checked first. Then you read through them and agree to them. If they're checked, okay, upload. But if there's an option that you don't like, and sometimes the list, like you have to actively deselect that option. So with Hook, first of all, before, I don't even know her name, Miss Crystal, that's her artist name. I don't know her Delgado, I think is her last name because that's her law firm. But top music attorney, before she had the phone call with the CEO, they put the Hook platform, the AI-assisted remixing application platform, among all the other things like streaming platforms. Spotify is a very different platform than an AI remixing your music platform. But they didn't say, oh, all these and Hook. And then they didn't even describe what Hook was. Oh, Hook is probably just another platform like Spotify. No, it's completely different. Now, when she brought it to their attention and she made it public on YouTube, that's when the options are, oh, this is not selected anymore. Like it's not auto filled in. Like it's like that little switch you have to turn on. Well, Hook now with the distributor is it's not selected, it's not turned on, which means your music won't be a part of the catalog. Awesome. But why didn't you do that before? That should be a given. It's like, why did you make it you didn't even describe what Hook was. Like, oh, Hook's just like Pandora, just streaming your music. No, it's very different. And why didn't you mention that before? And she said before they straightened it out, she said, can you just at least put in parentheses what Hook is and what it does? And then they did it. And then they deselected the option. Like Hook is a completely different option now, I think, separate from the other streaming. And so I say that as a warning to artists who use art distributor platforms. It's like really watch the fine print and really be careful that anything you don't want your art to become is deselected. Because sometimes they don't keep it off and you have to turn it on as a part of your consent. Sometimes it's like, oh well, no, everything's okay, I'm good, and it's horrible. It's still like if I was a company, that would be the first thing I would think about. Like, okay, the first thing we should consider is legally, do we have the artist's consent? Oh no, we'll just auto-populate it, and that's their way of consenting. It's like that's so bad. That's so bad. That's horrible. All right. Crystal Asha says, this is unpleasant to look at, not gonna lie. Are you talking about the website? Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. Um, Imaginaria. Good to see you. Didn't know about the existence of these. Yeah. I mean, if you don't upload music, I can see. But I now again, as before, I removed all my music just a couple months back, maybe a few months back, and then I was done with Spotify. I was like, no way. I wonder if Palpatine's the CEO. Yeah. Um, they probably got these pictures um, from this person does not exist. Equity, says Brian, has become code for stealing from the productive to give to the lazy. That's what equity means. I mean, they use terms like home equity and stuff, but um, I hate it when these platforms are saying this is an equitable approach for all people. It's like it's theft. There's no other way of describing it. It's theft. It's so horrible, the power that has been unleashed. Empower artists, empower creatives. It's like, no, you've unleashed a horrible power. A power to steal. Truly unleash the unlimited power, says Crystal Ashes. Yeah, trust in me. Trust in me. I don't know what you're referring to, but yeah, you say they should change the name to Where Lost. Yeah, it's a weird name for a music distributor. Thanks to the visuals on that site, we're beginning to strain my eye. Oh, I didn't even know that. That it's weird. It's too happy looking, you know? It's an uneasy sense of purple and white. And the whole redundancy of trust us, trust us. It's like if you could be trusted, you wouldn't say it so much. All right. This is also why I'm hesitant, you say, to share my art online. I'm worried someone will upload it to some AI learning program. I mean, there's ways you can protect it. There are ways you can protect your property. I wouldn't be so afraid not to upload art on things like YouTube or a website. Get a website. I would say get a website and then just post your website and talk about it on social media, or start a YouTube channel and talk about it, or do drawing streams on YouTube. You know, just to get the word out there that you have art. It is unfortunate. Like people will find a way if they want to. They'll find a way to do it. I can't let that stop me though from releasing music. As long as people who listen to me know, hey, this is my music. And if you hear it in any other way with a horrible remix, it's not mine. But I think legally you have to be on the catalog. I think there could be some good old lawsuits if someone is using your music unethically and it's because your music is not part of a catalog, or maybe your art's not a part of a catalog or platform. I think you have a say. I think you have a cause to file a lawsuit. Who knows? Amy L says, AI has been questionable for years. It's been a problem in translation since years ago, albeit a much smaller problem back then. I wish it stayed a small problem. You say AI can be used for good, like auto transcription. They can't even get these things right. Yeah, I just think AI is worsening the humankind experience, like what it means to be human. I'm not saying it can't be good for some things, but it's being exploited on such ethical or unethical grounds. It's just it's horrible. Scorpio, good to see you. This is another reason why I prefer physical media. Yes, recording can't be changed or altered. Yeah, yeah, exactly that. Like, what would happen if, like, what would happen in the horrible incident where, like, I'm no longer here and therefore my art or website is taken down or put on a, little, it's in the back door somewhere online on the ethers, and then people know me for like horrible remixes and stuff, and I want that's the thing is like I do plan on remastering some of my older music later, but I will always give people the option to listen to the original because I think the original is important. Part of me is like, I don't like there's one track I was like, oh my gosh, the kick is so horrible. That's just me having gotten better with my music. But like I would have the original version maybe on a CD and then the remastered version on a CD. Um, and I know people discourage I know people say, I still find the value. Maybe I won't like make 100 CDs to sell to people, but I'd at least have a handful of CDs for different things for people if they wanted me to sign it, and I would make the art look good. I would even write a few program notes, or the history of the track, make it something special. Because I think the beautiful thing about a CD is you can, as you say, you keep the physical recording of how it was made that year, whether it's the original or a remastered version. My favorite artists do remasters all the time of their original music, and I like it. Some people might just say, no, no, just keep the original. Don't change it. I'm like, I'll change it, but I'll keep the original as an option as well. So you have like, oh, remastered 2027 or whatever. Um, Amiel says, by that I mean two things. Oh, you mean they can't even get these things right. By that, the AI can't get these things right. To detect the peak, it's some form of AI, and number two, to conclude that the peak is suspicious, um, it's some form of AI. Yeah, I would agree with that. There is a problem of, you know, bot fraud and AI assisted rendering or whatever. Maybe even AI assisted views. I don't know. I must charge my power cells. Okay, I'll see you later, Ace. Good to see you. Um, Crystal Ashes says, you succeed downwards and fail upwards. What a bizarro world we live in. Yeah, it's it's wicked. Need to step out for 15 minutes. Okay, Amy, I'll probably see you. Well, that was 7 o'clock. It's been almost 10, 15 minutes now. Um, all right. Crystal Ashes says, for context, a couple years ago, DeviantArt added a new feature where you could allow them to use your art to train their AI image generator. Yeah. They quietly implemented that feature, and so you say they quietly implemented that feature and automatically had everyone opt in without them knowing. I think I don't know if he listens on Sundays anymore, but Samuel Proctor, I think it was either him or Private Eye at the time. They he said to the same effect. I think Adobe was doing the same thing. It's like you can't have people opt in when they're not knowing what they're signing up for. It's like, how horrible. Why? It's so devious. Like, why would you do that without, it's like, it's being devious. So, Crystal Ashes says, Trust in Me was a reference from, oh, Kasa from the, yeah. Kasang and the Jungle Book, the 1967 classic. Okay. Yeah, I think that song actually sounds familiar now that I think about it. Yeah. Speaking of art, or speaking of that, we expect physical releases of your music in the near future? It is a goal. It's I'd like to do at least one this year. Um, as far as whether it's if I release a CD, I would like it to be at least 30 minutes long, maybe 25 minutes long, but at least 30 minutes long for music. And I have an album with that. I have to finish 4 tracks though to make it an 8-track CD, an 8-track album. I might just release it as I think I see a wolf spider under my door. Sorry. It'd be a big one too if it is. What was I gonna say? I'd have to get 8 tracks. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to finish one more EP and then compile them to an 8-track album. But there's also one that would be a very nice CD, I think. It's a lot of composition and musical structure. It could be made to order. Yeah, made to order thing. Yeah, yeah. I think so. I think so. I absolutely do not trust you say DVR after that. It's horrible. A barking spider? No. Yeah, I hear my baby come. Just check for just yeah, open the door just to check. Maybe I'm seeing things. Nothing. There's nothing. Yeah. I feel like I saw like spider legs just kind of wrap themselves around the door. Thanks for checking. I used to have arachnophobia. I don't like spiders. I but we have a lot of them because we live in the country and it's springtime. So I want the skinks to come out. I want the skinks, the lizards, the blue-tailed lizards. Sometimes they're just orange and brown, but sometimes they have the beautiful electric blue tail, and they'll eat like up to 15 bugs a day. And so I just want to sprinkle the house with those skinks because I love reptiles. Um, I can't be some of my hippie friends saying, "Oh, I love spiders. Just let them live in your home. It's great." Like, no, it's not great. All right, so that was fun. You find spiders oddly adorable. I'm weird like that. Hey, I love spiders when they're on their web. Like when they have their own natural habitat. You see them on it. Even if it's a big spider, if it's on the web, fine. Like I don't see them here where we are, but I saw them. Did I see them in North Carolina? I saw them in Tennessee and in Arkansas, and they're actually quite beautiful. Huge. But they're the banana spiders. Yeah, I saw them in Little Rock a lot. But they're on their webs. They're very tall. They're very tall spiders. They're this striking yellow. And they're really cool looking. But the reason why I think they're cool looking is they stay on their webs. They're just they're on their webs. And like you're big, but you're on the web, and that's fine. All right. Yeah, and before I forget, my sister is going to have her 3rd child this week. So if you guys can keep her in your prayers, she is expecting a boy. So we will, out of the string of nieces that we have, both on Michael and Professor Geek's side, we have 2 nieces on my sister's side and now a nephew. So I don't know the name. I'm waiting to see a picture of him and see what his name is. But yeah, that's my prayer. But if you guys can pray as well, that would be wonderful. This week I will have a video. It's not a negative review, but I had to send my MIDI keyboard back, my $300 MIDI keyboard back. I have reasons for it. It's not a negative review, but there were reasons where I'm like, I didn't need it to begin with. So an actual video is coming there. And I think I guess we'll end it there. That was fun. You guys had some stuff to say. Hopefully I didn't skip over too many of those comments. I'm on StreamYard only, so there we go. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. And until I see you next, keep producing that art you love, the good art you love. Producing, promoting, and preserving the good non-AI art that you love. And I will catch you later. Bye.